Yeah. How y'all doing? Man, what's going on, man? Seriously, what's going on in this world? You know, people talking about equality. Now, fuck that. We've been talking about equality, right? Say they want equality, but hear this. Do they want equality or do they just want the good stuff? Because, man, watch this. Now, I'm all for equality. So, if you want to be a housewife, if you're a female or identify as one, and you want to be a housewife, in this day and age, you're looked down upon, man. Like, ew, she's a housewife. She ain't got no ambition. Man, what better ambition there to raise kids, man? You know what I'm saying? Without kids, we have no future. The future is lapsed. It's not there. You know what I mean? The kids are our legacy. That's how we run things. You feel me? So when you're gonna say shit like they have no ambition, that's bullshit. You know why? Because it's the housewives who stay at home, look after them kids, raise them right. If they got a good husband as well, it's all good. In the hood, maybe not in the hood, but you know what I mean? If that happens, you get doctors, you get lawyers, you know what I'm saying? You get the next cure for cancer. You don't know, man. The future is endless with that shit. So don't be knocking them housewives. I mean, you women, if you want to go out and work, you want to be like that, it's fair play. But in the house, you got to remember, if you want to bring it 50-50, it's 50-50. Which means when you go to the toilet and you had your doo-doo or your wee-wee, you finish, you leave the goddamn seat up for me. How about that? When I go to the toilet and I have my wee-wee or woo-woo, I will leave the seat down for you. Equality. Ain't it? It's only fair, man. I keep hearing women, oh, you always leave the toilet seat up. Because that's the way we use it. I mean, we use the toilet too. When you use the toilet and you put the seat down, we don't argue. We only use the seat when we go for number 2. So we pull it up so we don't piss on the seat so you don't argue. But we forget it up because if we want to use it again, it's a pain in the ass having to pick it up again. But how about if you use it, you leave it up for us, and if we use it, we leave it down for you. Then it's equal. No more argument. Compromise. Right? It's true, bro. World is too crazy. There's simple answers for shit. People just look for too much shit to argue about, man. You know, equality. Man, I'm all for equal rights. Seriously. One of the strongest person I knew and feared was my mom. You feel me? So I never underestimate a woman. Ever. I don't think there's nothing they can't do. However, they might struggle doing a thing or two differently than a man. We all know about biology, bone density, and all of that thing. But even if we look past that, no two persons are the same. Some are doctors because they're smart. Some are lawyers because they're liars. Smart. Whatever. But you get what I'm saying? That's why we call individuals. Everybody has their strengths and everybody has their weaknesses. You feel me? So, when you're going to dish out like, men who want to go and play into female sports, whether they transition or not, if it's fair or not, fair for who? It all depends. Fair for who? Because the same people who are doing that are the same people who are arguing were the ones who were fighting for them in the first place. So it was fair, but then they say it became unfair. Man, you see what I'm saying, man? It's just too much complication, and that's the problem. That's a problem. There is no such thing as fair, man. The world ain't fair. The world ain't fair. I mean, in certain environments, not to bring race and shit into it, but in certain environments, if I go for a job and a nice looking other gentleman of a lighter complexion, he might get the job before me. But in another environment, I might get it before him. It all depends. Because there's many times, like, I mean, they call them bouncers, but you know, I'm a doorman. I've seen some shit. You know, I've been around some shit. I've seen people's worst. Whether it be alcohol, drugs, or whatever. I've seen them at their worst. You feel me? And it shows, man, life ain't fair. Because some of the people who got money coming out their ass, they're absolute assholes, jackasses. So life ain't fair. So you can't be thinking about fair. What you got to think about is what's honest for you. You know, sometimes being selfish is not a bad thing. Because if you don't look after you first, you can't look after no one else. It's that whole thing of mind and body. You know, we all get stressed about all this nonsense happening, rather than taking care of what's happening here with us. Why are we so worried about everything that's happening, and your house ain't in order? Come on, man. Pull your finger out. When's the last time you took your missus out on a dinner? You know what I'm saying? We talking about you go and march and rally. I mean, look, you do what you got to do, and I understand, right? But still, you also need to think about your home, where you live at. Things ain't fair, and that's how it's gonna be. So come on now. Let's talk about all this shit happening. What you wanna? There's so much happening, bro. I don't know which one to touch on. Let's talk about wolf whistling. Holy shit. That shit is illegal, man. You can go to jail for that shit. I remember the days when wolf whistle was like, man, she hot, she fine. You feel me? It was even in cartoons, man. You feel me? With that wolf and his eyes. She's like, wow. Now you can even get charged with sexual harassment, man. Damn, bro. Things are just going crazy. Guys don't know how to approach women anymore. Well, I don't even think you gotta approach women anymore, man. You got all these hookup sites. No matter what constitution, you know, whether it be Grindr, Finder, what's that one called, man? Yeah, that one where all them people keep killing each other. The one in the States. Shit, man, I can't remember that shit. Oh man, whatever, man. But the thing is, you got all these places now, you know, like everybody's it's no more social interaction. So our whole society has become kind of antisocial and overprivileged. I mean, you got people doing OnlyFans and shit, right? And I understand y'all are doing OnlyFans because y'all got to make money or whatever, but that don't make you better than nobody else. Just because you're making some money. You know what I mean? Money's good. We all need money. You know what I'm saying? But don't make the money make you, man. Make the money. Don't make the money make you. Don't forget your humanity. And I'm not saying, man, you got to go share it to the neighborhood where you grew up and all that shit. You ain't Santa Claus. Going back to the neighborhood and shit, I think that's all bullshit. You feel me? That's all bullshit. Ain't nobody coming back and sharing when I was there in the neighborhood. Nah. You know the reason why? Because if you're gonna move back in your neighborhood where you grew up, man, you're gonna get robbed. So you know what I mean? You move out in the neighborhood for a reason. If you want to help a few people, fair play, you know? You probably had mates and shit that was there. Yeah, you help a few people. But then just because you're making a ton of money now don't mean you gotta go and do that. And people be knocking people because they don't do that. Why? Nobody be saying nothing to them sheiks who be having gold chain around their sheep's necks. Because it's their money. It's your money. You do what you want with your money. You shouldn't be annoyed at other people for doing. If they want to do bullshit with their money, let them do it. Life is too short. Stop looking too much at what everybody else is doing, man. And look at your own house. Stop all this nonsense. We gotta come real, man. We gotta bring back society, man. It's crazy. You know, you have all these parades and stuff, and I'm all for that. And I said this to someone one time, you know, and they got annoyed because I said it. But it's true. Listen, I don't mind you doing what you're doing, but when you're doing shit in the vicinity of kids, man, you gotta watch what you're doing. You can't be wearing skimpy stuff and strap-ons and all these kind of shit in front of kids, man. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that shit. I don't care what you wanna, if you wanna show your sexuality and all that kind of shit. But what that kind of shit is meant for bedroom, man. That's why it's in that 18 plus section. You don't bring that shit out on the street. You feel me? Have respect for other people's kids. Just because your morals are low don't mean that you gotta bring my kids' morals low. Respect other people, man. You want respect for your sexuality, but you're not respecting other people's basic human rights, right? It's 50-50, bro. I hate everybody equally, but I love individuals. And I like individuals too. But outside, I hate everybody equally. Because human nature is so messed up, bro. You feel me? No matter how much good you do, you mess up one time, you're going to be remembered for that mess up. That's it. You'll be marked, stained. We've seen it throughout history, whether it be Hollywood, whether it be, you know, all these little nasty people who come out of the woodworks. It shows you, man. All the good you do, one bad mess you up. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm enough of this ranting. You feel me? I'm just here. Just said I'll come on and just spit that out there, you feel me? Because the world is just crazy. I remember one time there was an old man, he lived across from a kid's school, and he was sitting outside. He had his dog, and he was on the other side of the fence, and he was just staring over in the schoolyard, and I could hear the mom saying, "Oh, look at him, he must be a pedophile." He done judged that man, chopped his head off, chopped his thing off, sent him to jail. The poor man's wife died, man. He was lonely in the house. They used to come out to the park all the time and have a sit and let the dog run around. So he was lonely. He was just doing it. He was just staring. He was just staring into oblivion, probably. But he was like labeled a pedophile already. This is the world we live in, man. Too much judgment, man. Too much judgment, too much pushing, too much bullshit. We need to go back to basics and stop the bullshit. All I'm going to say right now, man, is like, look, we don't live forever. We only have a short time. So do it tight, but do it right. Feel me? Take it sweet, but do it neat. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say good night, good day, wherever you at. Y'all take care. If you want to chat. Holla at me. Press the like and subscribe button. We come back with a few more grinds and rants. Because there's so much happening in this world, man. Y'all take care of yourself. It's nice. Peace. Have a good one. Take care.